another video. So today we're gonna talk about, oh god, what are we gonna talk about? Yes, coaches. This video is for you. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Ashley and I am on YouTube trying to get my life right. No, trying to help you get your life right. So basically, let me back up a little bit. I am the founder of the Get Your Life Right movement. You can see it right here. Make sure that you go and like my Instagram and subscribe. No, you can't do that to Instagram. It's stupid. Okay, so go make sure that you follow my Instagram and make sure that you like all my pictures. How about that? Okay. Anyway, moving on. So basically, I'm the founder of the Get Your Life Right movement, and I am helping people in all aspects of life get their life right. One of my many jobs is that I am a high school cheerleading coach. I am the head coach at a local high school, and so I have been posting on my YouTube channel some tips and tricks and things for coaches, things for the cheerleaders. I also post things about like my personal life and struggles and things like that. I am a mom of 5 and a wife to my husband 15 years, guys. Oh my God. Whoa. Long time. But yes, very happy wife, happy life. So that's my motto. But anyway, getting back to the video, I am going to be talking about a cheer year. So basically helping out coaches to let them know this is kind of what it looks like. I really wish that there was something out there when I was first getting started, because I was a hot mess. I definitely did not have my life right. So hopefully a few tips and tricks and just basically like kind of like a fast rundown of how I plan out my year. And then I'll get into more videos to come as far as like maybe a breakdown of what we do for football season, what we do for basketball season, because it's definitely a lot. If you don't know already, like our cheer year literally is the entire school year. So it is what it is. This is also helpful to cheerleaders that would like to try out for not only my squad, but maybe for your high school squad or coming into high school, what it's like, kind of like a breakdown and overview of how the year is, so that if you do decide to try out for the team, you make the team, you kind of know or already have an idea of what your life is gonna be like. Because honey, you're gonna be busy. Busy. Anyway, so moving on, we're gonna jump right in. Okay, so first off is going to be, when does the cheer season begin? For me, in my eyes as a coach, I start to plan my year, hell, 5 years ago. Like, there's really, you need to plan it as much in advance as possible. So basically throughout my year, I'm looking at things that I can do to improve, things that didn't work, things that did work. I do keep a journal. So, you know, just to like jot down notes. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, next year we need to make sure that we plan for this, add this to this, you know, we need this policy for this, we need this for that, you know, so things like that. So I would definitely encourage you to keep a journal or something just to write down notes for the year. Also, I plan out, everything kind of starts like March-ish, or really the beginning of the year. So let me start over. January, I start to prepare for, you know, dates and times that work and things like that. So I check with my school and I try to get a schedule of what's to come. If there are any changes that I need to look out for, or if there's anything that I need to plan for in advance before my tryouts, or, you know, any changes in policies, procedures, things like that, I would definitely check with whoever is in charge of your program. For us, it would be like my athletic director. I check with his schedule and things like that. So that's the first thing, and that's in January. So January, I try to get schedules for everything for the remainder of the school year so that I am prepared and I can start and begin to plan with what works best for when to start everything. Then March, March time frame, I start to set my dates for parent meetings and for tryouts. So like I said, January, I kind of see where the schedule is. I, reach out to office staff and let them know, hey, is there anything that's coming up? And they normally send me schedules and things until the end of the school year. So March, I set those dates. In April, I try to plan out uniform changes, accessories, things like that, things that work, things that didn't, colors that I'd like to use. I will post videos going into detail for these things, because it's definitely a process. I remember my first year getting into this, I was so overwhelmed. My uniform rep came to my house and she had like a full-blown cart, like the whole 9, and I was just like, I was so excited going into it, like, yes, I'm about to pick my uniforms for the first year and all this stuff. And then she got to my house and I thought my head was gonna explode. So yeah, definitely didn't have my life right. Needed to have my life right, needed help in that moment. And I've also been super blessed because I actually had some mentors throughout the process from other high schools. I have like a cheer bestie, so definitely recommend that you get somebody who's already in the game, who knows, who's knowledgeable about what to expect and like what to do so that you can get started, because we've definitely had tons of conversation and she has helped me out through so many different things. And so it's definitely good to have like somebody that you can kind of reach out to for those moments. So anyway, I definitely go through my uniforms. We try to change uniforms every 2 years so that if there are returners and veteran cheerleaders that come back that following year, they have the opportunity to still have like the same uniform to kind of save money in that aspect. So we try not to change, every single year. But again, I will post a video on how we decide and pick and do all of that as well. In May. So in May is when our parent meeting is held, our tryouts are held, and that is when fittings, and then we also started headshots, which I think is a really cool idea. We do post on our Instagram our cheerleaders, and we kind of like introduce the team, and so it's pretty cool. We've also, I think we're gonna start to incorporate like birthdays with the headshots as well, so we definitely utilize the picture moment. So those are just a couple of things that happen in May. In June, we have summer practices, summer camp, and then a small break. So June and July is depending on which month. I've had summer camp at the beginning, we've had it at the end. I think that it works best for us towards the end of the summer, but it's definitely whatever works for you. Normally summer camp is between June, July, and into August, like the beginning of August. So just depending on when your school starts, you definitely want to sign up for summer camp. In August, we do first day of school. We do a first day of school photo shoot. So all of the cheerleaders meet up and we have a photo shoot. And regular practices start, and that's football season. So August through November is definitely a busy time. We do practice at least 4 times a week, and if not, it's 3 times a week. They have 1 day off, and then we have a game on that Friday. So it's like, it's a busy week. You're at cheer 24/7. Just have your life right. Just is what it is. December will roll around, and within the football season, you also have rallies, you have homecoming, and you have senior night, which are just a few to name. We also have like different fundraisers and things like that. I'll post a video on the fundraisers that we do that are super helpful to our squad and to our program. And so I'll definitely post a video on what we do for those, but just to name a few more things that we just add on into our schedule, that's some of the things to plan for. Then we have our December time, and just depending on if you make the playoffs, seems to, some teams don't. So if you don't make the playoffs, or if the football team doesn't make the playoffs, then we start to practice, and basically I either schedule a break, like a small break, or we jump right into practices for basketball season, and we plan our Christmas party and just basically get into preparation for our basketball season. And so December through February is pretty much preseason for basketball, and it jumps right into girls and basketball, girls and boys. basketball. Another thing that we do is our school does not travel for basketball season, so it is a little bit easier, but not easier, I guess. For us, we don't travel, but girls and boys basketball runs at the same time. So it's super busy. Like, if there's not a girls game, there's a boys game. If there's not a boys game, there's a girls game. And normally we have practices in between. So again, you have a pretty busy schedule for that time too. Then March is our banquet. And again, I started in March, so then that means it starts all over again. So basically, it is a year-round thing for coaches, a year-round thing. I am constantly planning, constantly writing in my notebook to make sure that, you know, I'm accounting for anything that needs to be added to the schedule or anything that was done that didn't really work out or things that I needed to add. So it's definitely a whole planning game. I hope that this video helps in any way possible, especially for coaches, because again, if you are brand new, if you're getting into it, if you'd like to get into it and you don't know, there aren't really resources out there. I mean, I didn't find any, but definitely hope that this video helps. So definitely like and subscribe to the video and or to my page, to my channel, and definitely like my page. No, don't like it. Follow my page. We already been through this. Follow my page on Instagram so that you can keep up with when we post. I try to post as often as possible, so hopefully you're keeping up. And subscribe, folks. We'll see you next time.